Hello everybody and welcome back to the AC's Jeremy Plays Kerbal Space Program. So we're going to jump right in. Um, as you may notice from my list here, there's a lot fewer. I didn't delete them. I just ended up with, I ended up needing to do a reinstall after the blue screen during the Civ 5 thing the other night. So yeah, loads of fun. So let's see, we currently have no contracts at all. Really? Okay. Well, Mon, Equatorial, blah 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 blah. There's a lot of easy ones here, but I'm actually not going to bother with those right now. Because I've been kind of dying to set up a science pump for a while now. So I'm actually going to build my science pump on top of... Let's see what I've got for capsules. Yeah, I suppose that's not too bad. On top of my heavy lift platform that I did a while back. Okay. Communications. I'm not planning on taking this one too terribly far. Yes, high gain antenna, let me see. Actually has a much higher bit rate, which is definitely something I'm going to want. Ah, okay. I'm going to try to get this thing to rotate around properly. There we go. Yeah, I suppose I will just go ahead and stick it on the side here. That'll probably be the best thing for me to do. Okay. Let me take a look at my crew here. Need to put a scientist in there. Engineer probably wouldn't kill me either. Nothing else, get everybody a little experience. Okay. So now I'm going to need to load up items that can give that sucker science, which of course is the usual suspects. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put that on there. And the barometer. Okay. I won't bother with the experiment storage unit because it's really not necessary at this point. Okay, next thing is electrical. I'm going to want to include a good bit of electricity here because otherwise it will do absolutely horrendous things when I try to transmit science back. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to reposition this. Help out with the symmetry a bit better. There we go. Okay. Now, gonna go ahead and put some more batteries on here. And then going to stick some photovoltaic cells on here to help us generate power. And then I need to start worrying about things like getting it back. Or do I really? Let's see what I have as far as docking ports go. couplers. Yeah, I could technically take a ship up there and pick it up. Or pick up the crew and bring them back whenever I need to. I guess kind of cycle them out as time goes by. Yeah, why not? I only need one of these guys. I'm gonna stick it right there. Okay. Now that should allow me a fairly good science station. Now that I've gotten better with the, the things. Yeah, them things. No, not that. There we go. Now that I've gotten better with some of the, God, I still can't think straight right now. I've been awake for way too long. I've already been up for like 26 hours. So I'm just doing this real quick. Okay. 6? Yeah, 6 sounds good. No, I want it along the sides. Knock it off. You're not letting me put this wherever I want. This is bad. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to want 6 more of these fuel tanks. Knock it off and let me put it wherever I want. Damn thing. Not letting me put stuff wherever I like. This is bad. Oh, I remember what I had to do before. Crap, the only problem is I don't know if I can. Oh, yes, I can. Cool. I think I can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I remember I had to do that before to get this to work right. Okay, now I should be able to add those 6 fuel tanks. Cool. Okay. Now comes... Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. My bad. Since I'm not planning on bringing it back, that's not really worth it. Yeah, that's a bit much. That's even worse. That's not much better. But screw it. It'll give me a little bit of aerodynamics. Okay, now I need to add buttloads of these things. Wrong button, Jeremy. There we go. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now what this does is it ensures that I have the same number of ports here that I have there. That way it will use the fuel evenly. And let me go ahead and see about adding... Actually, what I really need to consider doing there is... I still don't have the smaller ones yet. That sucks. But okay. We shall work around it. Not that I really need all that much in the way of aerodynamics here, but it will be helpful later on. Okay, couplers. Now, we're going to go for a single Rockomax right there. And then we're going to go for paired Rockomaxes. I said paired Rockomaxes. Why is it being so annoying? You're not supposed to annoy me like this, guys. Fine. Let's get some angle locking in place. It'll be helpful. Crap. How is that supposed to work again? I know that there is a copy command somewhere in here. It's just not really wanting to work for me at the moment. Nope, that's not the way I want that to go. Shift C or Control C? Apparently it's neither. Alt C? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to just build each one separately, which kind of sucks. But I'll get there. Let me take those suckers and move them back down a little bit. There we go. I need that to have a bit more angle. Okay, now there we go there. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, couplers, standard decouplers, standard nose cones, or slightly improved ones. Fuel tanks. Those suckers there. Okay, now let me see about doing the RCS thrusters again. Ugh. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can afford to be a little bit messy with these since they're all pointing the same direction. 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Now for the next pair. It's very important that you be able to pair these properly. Otherwise you're going to have issues across the board. Especially with the later stages of this whole build. Okay. So there we go there. Now we need a coupler, nose cone. Bloody hell, there we go. Okay, and fuel tank. And then our 12 RCS thrusters. Okay, now that we've got those in place, we go back to the couplers, go for the Rockomaxes, and start setting them up in pairs. I have actually run this particular heavy lift platform before, so I know that it works. I know that it actually works very well. fact, in the demo video I did for it, the bloody thing was able to, let's see, what was it? Orbit Kerbin, orbit the Mun, orbit Minmus, and then land on Minmus, and I didn't actually take off again, but I'm pretty sure that it would have still had enough fuel to take off again. So, very nice little lift platform. Although little may be the wrong word. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I should have... Yes, I do. Good. Okay. Now I need these to be... Crap. No, I need that to be... 4. There we go. And now I'm probably gonna have to do these all Bethel-like, but that's fine. This would work better if I waited a little bit and had an additional piece of structural material, but I'm pretty sure it will still work as is. So I'm not really going to worry about it too terribly much. Okay. Now we've got that whole thing in place. So now for the actual launch stage. There we go. Yeah, having to deal with how much this thing spazzes out kind of annoys me, but I'll live. Okay, and for my last one, okay, there, set it to, let me see, I do believe that I set it to, yeah, I'm going to set it to 80. There is a reason for that, I promise. And then I'm going to set these ones to 80 as well. And then this pair gets set to 90. And the last pair is allowed to burn at full thrust. Okay, now we need to make sure that this bloody thing can actually stay together, because otherwise things would be bad. Just trust me, they would be. Especially as its balance and everything is going to be shifting all over the friggin' place. Okay. Now, I still can't use the whole 6-way at this point because of the pairing of these things, but I can do it that way and it's actually just fine. Okay. Now, for a little bit more control whilst I am... Oh, shut up. Okay, whilst I am trying to get up to orbit. No, not the small, I want the regular. There we go. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to take that whole thing off there. This will allow me to turn without strictly having to use the RCS on it. Okay, now I need to add again. Evil sods. There we go. Just adding a little bit more structural rigidity to this thing, even though these upper portions really don't take as much of the pounding as they might during a different kind of launch. Okay. Now, just make sure that we have at least a little bit of control on the way up. Add these tail fins with some maneuvering capability in them. And then comes the most important part of this whole frigging build. And that is the staging portion. Okay, this is literally the most important part of the entire build. Okay. No, actually, let me see. Where are the rest of my main cells? They're not. Oh. So they are. My bad. Okay. Okay, so first let me figure out which ones are. Those guys are set to 80. Those guys are set to 100. So they're going to be the first ones to burn out. Which means they need to go first. But at the same time that they burn out, I need to have the thuds that are directly above them light off. Okay, so there's their whole setup there. Okay, now...
Threat has been detected. Threat has been detected.
Okay, that was weird. I want to swear it's Windows being weird. Okay. Now, I need to find the ones... There we go. There. And then start taking their thuds down as well. So they will fire off as soon as that whole thing goes. Now that should just leave me with... Yep. The last set, which are the guys that are limited to 80. And those fire off. And then I'll need to start doing the exact same thing again from the higher perspective. Okay. So those guys are going to go first. Then it's going to be those guys. And then I'm just going to let it... Okay. Toss that one off. Yeah, we'll toss all of those off at the same time. And for that matter, I'm going to drag that one down there so it tosses off with those. Because by then we should really be in orbit. If we aren't, something will have gone wrong. Okay, this is going to be our first space lab, and I still have a pilot on the ground, and I can always go and recruit a few more if I really need to. But I'm going to send these guys on up to orbit. They have power generation, they have some science gathering materials, so they can sit up there and generate science for me for a good long time. And it may be a fairly expensive build, but one, I have the money, and two, this should work, I hope. Please work. Please. Okay. Provided that they didn't change the physics too much when they updated it recently, this whole thing should actually work. It's nice and firm. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Yep, we're getting good thrust from our 7 main engines. Picking up speed, but not too quickly. Getting some good altitude. Actually, we may be going a little bit too fast. No, we're actually doing good. See, the main thing about something this big is you really don't want to get going too fast too quickly. It will do nasty things to your poor ship. And you got plenty of time to burn, so it's not really necessary to just burn heavy the whole way. Just now passing Mach 1, coming up on 2 gravities of acceleration, and passing 8,000 meters. First stage burnout will be soon. Worked perfectly. Sweet. I always love it when a plan comes together. Set those guys to light off properly. That was my bad. But that's cool. Just going to set the next staging a little bit further back. Or their staging a little bit further back. But we got good thrust across the line. Still doing good. Coming up on Mach 2. Nearly out of the atmosphere. Actually picking up some power right now. As soon as we exit the atmosphere, I'm going to start laying her over a little bit. Okay, now we're out of the atmosphere. I'm going to start laying her over so that we can establish a proper orbit. I still have good overall maneuverability, even though I've exited the atmosphere, because the thuds are all vectoring. Those are all vectoring thrusters, so... actually pretty much go ahead and aim her at the horizon right now. fact, for that matter, I'm just going to completely cut thrust. Head on out here towards apoapsis. And kick up my thrusters again in prograde to truly round out this orbit without having to add too much apoapsis to it. About to start having a burnout here. Ah, crap. Okay. Nothing important went boom, at least. Lost a little bit of structural rigidity, but that's okay. Okay, we're still doing good. Still have a fairly balanced thrust picture here. And actually, our orbit's good. So I'm fairly happy with that at the moment. So first things first is to get our solar panels extended. That's a battery, Jeremy. That's a solar panel. Okay. Now we still have plenty of maneuverability left in this sucker. And between the scientist and the engineer, we should be able to do some really nice stuff with this one lab. Okay, take a crew report, doesn't do me any good. Okay. Let's observe the materials bay. Why is this not doing me any good in the lab? Maybe because I've already gotten all of this information before. Actually, I'm going to let her go ahead and orbit around back into the sunlight. That way I can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay. Let me see here. Got the mystery goo container there. Observe mystery goo. Recovery, fine. Transmit, nothing, but it's giving me... Okay. Why am I not getting log pressure data? Again, nothing. Wait a minute, where are my other two guys? I know I assigned them to this thing. What the hell? Oh, it may have unassigned them when I was doing certain things. Okay. I think I may know what happened there. Save. At least I hope I know what happened there. Okay, regardless, we know that that worked. So we're actually doing pretty good there. We just need to take these and drag them down into that stage. There we go. Yeah, now when those fire, those thuds will fire off as well. So we'll be doing good there. Okay. Save everything. We have crew, so let's go ahead and launch this sucker again. That was my mistake. I figure when I took the lab portion off, it decided to go ahead and skip my crew there. Okay, engines to full, SAS on. And let's light this fire. Yeah, now we've got everything we need. Jebediah, Bob, and Bill. And they weigh so little that I shouldn't really have much else to worry about. Going good right now. Pretty much the same flight path as we had last time. No troubles, no wobble because I've got so much structure in this whole thing. Awesome. Always nice. And that first stage will be burning out soon. And we will still be climbing. And second stage should burn out real quick here. Go. And then we'll have our last stage that'll burn out just after that. And our staging is still set good. We're still gaining velocity even though we're climbing straight up. So we are doing absolutely awesome. And of course stuff always goes boom on Kerbin. In all honesty, the Kerbal Space Program is kind of like doing a Michael Bay movie. Everything goes boom. And even the carbon ceramics are made of boom. Everything is made of explosions. Still gaining velocity and still gaining a pretty good bit of thrust too. I should be able to start laying her over soon. Yeah, we're pretty much past the worst of the atmospheric interference, so I'm going to start laying her over. See if I can't get that orbit a little bit quicker. Okay. There we go. I generally find that aiming for just above the horizon has a tendency of spreading out the orbit better. Still doing good on fuel so far. Well, damn, we may end up with more fuel out of this than we did the first time. Of course, I want to say that the engineer might have something to do with that, but I'm not entirely sure what their skill set includes. Once again, throttle down and head on out to my apoapsis. Maneuver for prograde. Throttle back up hard. There we go. And it looks like I've still got a good bit of fuel left here. So yeah, angling over sooner was definitely a good move. There we go. That's a pretty good orbit. Now, once again, I really do need to get into the light. Just so that I can see what in the frack I am doing. Okay. Let's head in here, deploy our solar cells, I should say, not sails. Halfway wish that I could have solar sails. They'd make certain missions a lot easier. Especially those really frigging long-range ones. Okay, now, crew report. Yes, there we go. Now, observe the materials bay. And hang on to that one. Yes, that's fine. Close the doors. Thank you. Now let me find the rest of my scientific apparatus. Log pressure data. Hang on to it. I believe, that would be my antenna. Go ahead and extend that. And then we've got the thermometer. We can log the temperature. That's actually going to be pretty good. And then observe the mystery goo, which gives us another 60. Okay. Now, we go into our science lab, and we currently have 74 out of 750 data, which means that we will generate 0.3999 or 0.3996 science per day. But we all know how quickly days pass in this game. So, I am going to go ahead and... Actually, the first thing that I'm going to do is clean my experiments, because that will actually mean that I can use them again later on. With how much fuel I have, that may be quite doable. Okay. And then I can simply start research. So, there we go. Now, none of these guys are actually going to get I'm actually going to turn it so that it faces the sun better, and all four of my solar panels can get a good hit from the sunlight. Okay. There we go. Now these guys won't actually gain the experience that they're getting from this whole trip until later. But that's cool. Okay. And they are now generating science based on the data that I picked up. They should actually generate a good bit of it, but then again the data will keep going down, which means that my science rate will keep going down constantly. Until eventually I'll just need to relocate to get more data. Yeah, see? So it's just a matter of that's what I can get from this orbit. If I extend my orbit a little bit, I might be able to get a little bit more. But I got plenty of fuel to work with. And this will indeed be the first time that I head back to the Space Center while I have a object in orbit. So we're going to go back to the Space Center. Okay. Why do we still have so much? Ah, we still have all of that. Huh. Let me see. Is there anything I really wanted with that, though? I'm not really too interested in getting all of this stuff until I can get my nuclear propulsion system, because it uses strictly the liquid fuel. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Still got plenty of missions to push for. And a tundra orbit around Kerbin. I'm kind of wondering about that one. I've never seen a tundra orbit request before. In a geosynchronous orbit of Kerbin. You know what? That actually sounds like a bit of fun. Maybe take another, yeah, why not? We'll go ahead and take another round of, satellite missions here. Since we all know how we, love to do those. And let me check on Real Gilly Orbiter. Do I have any fuel left in that thing? Where's my Real Gilly Orbiter? There it is. Fly it. Do I have any maneuverability left in this thing? Is the real question. Oh yeah. Oh, hell yes. I've got a lot of maneuverability left in this thing. I wonder what that adjusted orbit they want is. Back to the Space Center. Adjusted orbit around Gilly. Yeah, nothing new there, but what is... Oh, that's not too bad at all. No, that is really friggin' easy, actually. So yeah, we can take that one and get some nice, well, let's see what we get out of it. Uh, Rep and money. Not too bad. Yeah, that'll be easy money. Okay. I have the fundraising campaign going on, but I really want to upgrade the admin building so I can have a little bit more here. Um, and I'm gonna add the unpaid research program because I'm not really too terribly worried about reputation. I got plenty of rep right now, and I keep gaining it all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for that one, and that way we get both science and money out of losing our rep there. Yeah, no need for that. I got plenty of money. Okay. Now, we can go ahead and do that Gilly orbiter mission real quick here. Okay. I'm actually at a node right now, and I'm at an ascending node? Yeah, I'm at an ascending node. So I can go ahead and find anti-normal, and we can start making our... Whoa. Gotta remember, I'm orbiting Gilly in a small ship, so it is very frigging easy to adjust orbit, because Gilly just has an insanely low gravity. Okay, gonna go a little bit further along my orbit here. Get back to prograde. No, 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 no. I am totally misreading this. I need to go to retrograde. And then burn ever so slightly. There we go. Very short bursts is always the answer with those things. Okay, cool. So, we got that mission in the bag. Didn't get much out of it, but still, it's not bad. Okay. So now we can head back to the Space Center there. I'm going to call it quits a little bit early tonight because I've been up for way too long and I want to get a nap before my stream later on tonight, which I'm hoping you guys will join me for because it should be a lot of fun. I am going to go ahead and toss the video up real quick. So that should be up in probably under an hour. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, support us on Patreon. Bye.